Alright guys, another week, another tournament. We're back in Cincinnati again, back to back. So I last minute found out that St. Louis got canceled, so Cincinnati had another tournament this weekend, so we decided to go for it. And I'm at a different hotel right now. If I knew about this earlier, I probably would have stayed the whole week. I think I saved money just by going home and just sleeping in my own bed for a couple days. But drive was a little rough this time around. Last week I took the morning off so I could drive in the morning, early in the morning. This time around I just worked half a day and then started heading over around noon and got caught up with some nasty traffic, rush hour traffic at Indianapolis, so that was not fun. So I think I prefer driving in the morning now. That's probably the way to go. But we'll give it another try, see what the next tournament brings. Just arrived not too long ago, went out to get some dinner, and so I'm gonna go over what I do when I first come to a hotel, what my usual, I'm gonna show you my usual routine when I get to a hotel room. It's nothing too crazy, it's mostly have to do with like the electronics, but I'm gonna go over what exactly I pay attention to the most. Alright, so as you can see I have my tech bag, racket bag, and my trolley bag for everything else. Usually, it doesn't matter where I start, but let's start with the trolley bag this time. Alright, so with the trolley bag, this is where I just keep most of my clothes, whether that's casual or tennis. And I do put my stringing machine in here, and I've decided to put the air compression leg massage thing in here instead of the racket bag, just so I can save some space in the rackets. So yeah, it's a little messy, but what I usually do is I take out massage thing, and then I also have my toiletry bag. I'm gonna put this in the bathroom real quick. Alright, so my usual routine, I take out whatever's in my toiletry bag. I have my daily contacts in there, which is new. I actually almost forgot these, so that would have been bad. And then straight away I plug my electric toothbrush charger in here, take out the toothpaste, glasses, deodorant. And next up, all I really have to do is take out the controller and the charger itself, and then plug that in. So I plug that in there, and then just the controller itself is plugged in and charging. And then on my own nightstand next to the bed, I have my charger for my AirPods and iPhone. And then, most important, I do check the pillows and the bed itself to see if there's any bed bugs. So far it's been good. So yeah, no bed bugs. That's a good start. Always gotta make sure you're sleeping in a good place. I do have my stringing machine in there, but I'll explain why I'm not taking that out right now. Alright, so next up is the racket bag itself. I take out a few things from here. I did bring my hardcore shoes just in case. You just never know what might happen. And this is something new. These are motion sensors that you strap onto your stomach and to your chest. I got this through work as part of like a health incentive thing. I haven't used it yet, but I will be charging this and trying it out for the first time this week. This is my massage gun. I'm gonna plug this in to get charged up straight away. And then this is the the battery kit for my DJI OSMO Action, the camera that I use to record matches. Alright, so on this table I have my massage gun charging. Just gonna leave that there. So, and then I also unpacked my tech backpack. So yeah, my usual routine is get all the stuff that I need charging right away. So like the batteries, and then the motion sensor. And this is new, Nintendo's Switch controller, or it was meant to be used for the Switch controller, but I think I could pair this up with my MacBook and the iPad. And then my work setup. This is my personal computer. My work laptop is my backpack, but I will be working on some stuff. And then this does charge. This does do pass-through charging. It's not nearly as fast as the MagSafe charger, but it's very slow through this method, but it gets the job done. I probably will be doing a bag check video soon. I'm just trying to test things out first before I finalize it for the time being. But yeah, this is what I've done so far, and I like it. So same format, same tournament. It's like different location though. It's gonna be like a different site. It's another clay court tournament, and they've given me the number 2 seed again. So there's added pressure on me to do well, and I really hope to do well. Last week's tournament was that was probably not the best I performed, probably the worst I've played in a long time. So hoping to get some redemption here, shake off some of the rust and get better and regain the confidence that I've had before. My shoulder's been bothering me for a while now, or my shoulders started to really bother me since World Team Tennis, and that didn't get better for last weekend's tournament. So hopefully do well this week's tournament, and then take a couple weeks off before heading out to another tournament. So after this, I have I think about 3 to 4 weeks of non-competitive play. So just gonna work on my game, just get some practice in, put some time into the ball machine and my fitness. So trying to rebuild my body, get my body back into shape again, and hope to win some tournaments this year. Today's a Thursday, same thing again. My first match is on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. I'm waiting the winner of the Friday match, the round before me, so they'll be playing tomorrow at Friday at 7 p.m. and I'll just be working all day, and I hopefully get some fitness and maybe some practice in, and then come Saturday, be ready to come out firing. So hoping to do well. It's another clay court tournament. It's going to be at a beautiful facility, so looking forward to doing well. The reason why I'm not setting up my stringing machine is because I'm trying out something new. 2 weeks ago, I got accepted to be sponsored by Babolat. I'm very excited to partner up with Babolat. It's been something that I've been looking forward to and kind of working hard towards. I've had a good ranking, and if I maintain that for 3 consecutive months, then Babolat said they could, sponsor me as a player. So I'm very excited to use their gear. This is my first tournament as a Babolat sponsored player now, using their products, using their stuff. So the reason why I'm not stringing tonight is because I'm testing out a hybrid right now. Usually I string full bed of poly at around 50 pounds. I string at least 1 fresh racket before every match, every practice. But right now I'm trying out a hybrid of natural gut, Babolat's VS Touch, the 16 gauge in the mains at 52 pounds, and Babolat's RPM Blast, the 17 gauge on the crosses at 50 pounds. I'm just gonna test that out. Babolat's been the brand that I've always gone to since my college years. Ever since my college coach told me to switch to the Aero, I've been playing some of my best tennis with it. So, I've never really dreamed about getting sponsored by them. So to have this now is a huge treat. And then to even use natural gut, that's like the king of strings. It's unbelievable. I'm very humbled and won't take this for granted. See, I'm just trying to try it out. I'm not gonna restring before every match or practice. Natural gut holds attention the best out of all the strings out there. So I don't think it would make sense for me to restring every time. I feel like I'll be able to get consistent playability throughout the whole life. So I'm already assuming. I feel like I'll break these strings pretty quickly. I'll probably break them like at least every week or two, maybe 3 weeks max. But I do have 5 rackets, so I'm probably gonna string all of them up and play with that setup for a little bit, just testing it out for these next couple tournaments. If not, I'll stick with my full beta poly. This is my first tournament with it. I haven't really played too much with the current setup, but you know, I kind of want to try it out, see if it'll fit my game well. And it's good timing too to try out the setup, just because, you know, with the shoulder pain that I'm experiencing right now, natural gut's supposed to be really soft on the body, so hoping this setup would prolong my playing time, my playing experience. Yeah, I've done my research, I've done my reviews of, you know, what other people do with natural gut, and they always say put it in the mains to get the most out of it. The spin potential is pretty up there with against like other full beds of poly, so that's something that I was kind of curious about. So extra pop, extra spin, or well, extra pop, extra feel, extra comfort. Today's May 13th, Friday. Finished up the day and then went to the tournament site just to check things out and talk to the tournament directors about recording matches. And it seems like, unfortunately, you're not going to get any match footage, just because it seems like because it's at a public court, public park district, they need to ask special permission, you know, to the higher ups. So that takes a long process. And considering this was a last-minute decision to come back to Cincinnati for another tournament, there wasn't enough leeway time for the directors to ask permission. So, unfortunately, it is what it is. But I think this would allow me to focus more on my game. The person I'm supposed to play against tomorrow is playing in his match right now, so we're awaiting the winner of that. All right, guys. So it's a Sunday now. Towards the end of the day, end of the weekend. I didn't get to catch up with you guys yesterday for Saturday's matches. I was just too tired by the time I got home, so I just did my recovery and pretty much went back to sleep. Played someone who won his previous match, and yeah, I mean, I came in a little confused with where my game was, to be honest, with where my tennis level was. I was trying out a new backhand, and on top of that, I was trying out a new string setup. But unfortunately, I lost that match 6-7, 2-6. Tiebreak score was 5-7. So I came up just short, and he ended up winning the whole tournament, which is pretty cool. Nothing too crazy, to be honest. Like, I tried just being in the rallies, testing out the new backhand as well, which, you know, people might think it kind of dragged me down, but I don't think I played that bad with it, to be honest, considering it's my first time using it in a real match setting. So, like, literally, it's my only second day trying it out. So I thought it went pretty well. I went from a two-handed backhand to a one-handed, and from first instance, like, I thought it had a lot of reach on my shots, and I had more topspin on my shots, but it's definitely a lot more weaker. It's not as solid or as much pop on that side. So yeah, unfortunately, my shoulder problems started coming up again. It started to get irritated, started flaring up. So I threw in a lot of double faults at crucial moments, especially in the tiebreaker. So I felt like this is another match that I could have gone either way. But, you know, Adam just played clutch in the key moments, so kudos to him. So unfortunately, lost that match, and then I had another match later that day against another player from Illinois. We got the match started. You know, with this new string setup, I'm using natural gut in the mains and RPM blast in the crosses. And some of the touch shots that I'm doing are probably like the best drop shots I've ever hit in my life. Even especially against Adam and this second player, my drop shots usually would be like wouldn't even reach the net. They're actually barely going over the net, so they're like perfect drop shots. So they're easily one of the best drop shots I've hit in my life. That's a true testament on how good natural gut strings are. The match started out pretty well. I got an early break, got broken, and he kept serve, and then I kept serve, so it's 2 games all. I did notice during the rallies, like, having him go left and right, I could tell he was kind of struggling to keep up, and then once I hit a drop shot, he just didn't even go for it. And unfortunately, I guess he had like an accident a couple days earlier from a skydiving. Instead of landing on his feet, it seems like he landed like his lower back, his glutes area, and he thinks it might be a fracture. So the match really irritated him, and he had to retire due to injury. You know, Joel, if you're watching this, I hope you feel better. That's not fun to be in right now, so I can kind of understand what you're going through, so get better. We'll see you back on the court soon. In the Consolation Semifinals, I played against a college player over at Olivet Nazarene. Unfortunately for that match, I couldn't serve 100%, so I pretty much had to dink serve, and you know, it's very frustrating to play like that, but you know, at moments like this, matches like this, you gotta try to win ugly. So fortunately, I was able to get past him 6-3, 6-2, and we're in the Consolation Finals, and that's for the next day, Sunday. Unfortunately, Sunday, that's when I had to check out, leave the hotel before my match started, so that once the matches are over, I could just go straight home. And then I played Craig. He's the 4th seed in the Consolation Finals. By the time the warm-up started, my shoulder was definitely flared up already. Like, I couldn't do full serves. But I still gave myself a fighting chance. I tried, you know, played at least a set to see where my level's at. And unfortunately, Craig was just too good. And, you know, it's already hard playing with, like, a disadvantage already, kind of playing like the handicap. So as the match went on, not only did my shoulder get worse, but my arm started feeling bad. Like, it started to hurt too. It got to the point where towards the end of the first set, I just couldn't feel my arm anymore. I couldn't tell if I was swinging properly. I couldn't tell if if I can feel the ball well. So I ended up dropping that first set 2-6. And then in the second set, I somehow managed to keep my serve. But at that point, I'm like, you know what? Before this gets any worse, let's just, you know, retire. I don't want, my arm's already hurting as it is, and, you know, rehab it for the next event. So yeah, fortunately I had to retire 2-6 and then 1-0 and then retire from injury. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to vlog Saturday night just because, you know, I had to pack, get everything ready so I can, you know, be ready to go, check out the next day. The match for the Consolation Finals at 9 a.m, so early morning. So yeah, got home around 4 p.m, 4:30 p.m, so. But yeah, first things first, I'm gonna get the shoulder and the arm checked out. My good friend Spencer, he's a doctor, so I'm gonna go to him and hopefully figure things out, how I can rehab it. You know, for me, I want to get this recovered as soon as possible. So I'm gonna consult with Spencer and see what he has to say, and then figure out to rehab and get this back to normal 100% as soon as possible. So thankfully, this is my last event for a while for May. So I have 3 weeks of break, and then off to the southern part of Illinois for my next event. Unfortunately, Yuro and I were supposed to be playing doubles together, but unfortunately, he has to take some classes regarding pregnancy, how to take care of his wife. So, you know, he's got to do what he's got to do. So unfortunately, him and I won't be playing doubles together. So it'll just be another solo trip unless I find someone else. But so yeah, next event's gonna be Illinois in a month, and then, or in 4 weeks, and then I believe St. Louis after that. So, but in the meantime, I'm gonna rest the shoulder, rehab it, and then get stronger for the next event, get back into shape. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Like, comment, subscribe.